What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing an AI-generated world here on Geoguessr. If I'm talking a little bit funny, which you probably can't really tell, I bit my tongue at Christmas dinner because I'm an idiot. And I mistook my tongue for a piece of beef, and I bit into it pretty hard. So, it's right around my molars. Kind of is a little bit annoying to speak. Not the first time this has happened. Surely won't be the last, given my IQ. But today we're going to be doing AI-generated world. It's kind of like a Beatty map. So it used to be all AI-generated locations, or so they say. But a lot of them, if not all of them, a lot of them are hand-picked. The angle is adjusted so that you can't see the car meta, although I am going to be playing with panning and zooming enabled, but I'll try to make a decision NMPZ, kind of talk about what I think is going on. And we should be in the southern hemisphere here, based on the compass, which you guys can see, and the shadows should say we're in the south. My first thought was Ecuador. I could see Peru as well. I could also see Colombia. Could be a weird Bolivia, I guess, but I think somewhere in South America surely makes the most sense. And I really would like to explain some of these rounds too, but often with these locations, there won't be a lot more for me to say than just feel. This car with the antenna, you'll see in Brazil, Ecuador, Colombia, and Mexico. Kind of tough already. These hills, in a way, remind me of parts of Brazil around Rio. Like, not quite the Espírito Santo ones, but I don't really think it's Brazil. I feel like the road would look a little bit different. We don't really have any Brazilian poles we're so used to seeing, but it is AI gen, so they just might be out of picture. We have a pole here, can't really tell what it is. I don't know on this one. We know we're not in Peru because of the car. My first thought was Ecuador. I think I'm going to go there. I see Brazil, I see Colombia with the landscape, but I'm going to go southern Ecuador. And it ends up being way southern Ecuador, but not as close as I would have wanted to be. But a streak of one, pretty good. These are hard locations. This first thought was Russia, and I thought north too. I kind of thought like here, to be honest. Maybe even more north. Can't really explain why. I just thought that way. Definitely looks like Russia to me. And we have long antenna, which you will see in Russia quite often. I don't know. Just kind of feels where I've put it. Got, some northern looking trees. They're skinny. Birch action going on. These kind of have like a reddish tint to them, which I think you do see oftentimes in this area. I mean, you see bigger, thicker trees with this kind of coloring to it in Poland all the time. I don't know. I really just think it's northern Russia. Do I go crazy? Probably not a road like that. I'm just going to go there. Ends up being way east of Surgut. Classic Surgut sand. I don't think I ever would have pushed it that far east, but Russia is really hard. Okay. This is interesting. First thought was Eswatini. Let's take a look around. We do have white car. That would fit. What made me think Eswa? The color of the dirt, for sure, and just kind of the grass. It's short grass. You can see it get longer, too. We don't have a ton of trees going on. I guess it could be like an area of Lesotho with these mountains, but you'd be way less likely to see trees in Lesotho because of like a lot of deforestation going on. Yeah. I think I would go Eswatini here. I don't know the poles, but I just think it looks like Eswa. So I think I will go near Mbabane. Ends up being pretty close, 9.1 miles away. I've been getting roasted on one video where I was playing duels and I wasn't moving. And he was like, you could see a sign on the wall that said Mbabane or Babene, or however you say it. And I go back and I look at it, and it's like I could see 3 or 4 letters of that, and I never even looked at it. I don't know. Wasn't a miss. Wasn't a big miss to me. Okay, we have language. Looks like Italian to me. We do have a street sign here. I don't know it. So in Europe, you'll see these crosswalk signs, and depending on how many of like the actual lines in the crosswalk there are, that can change what country you're in. Like Spain has 8. Some have none. So I don't know what Italy has. That's something to learn. That's like kind of day one stuff. We do have Italian plates though. Skinny in the front, blue on both sides. And it's a Fiat Italian car. And again, more Italian. So we would have gone Italy. I think I am going to go Italy. Feels north to me. For sure. I think these buildings definitely feel more north to me. It is also, winter or fall coverage here, so maybe that's influencing why I think that. But yeah, Italian and Italian plates. I think it should be like northern Po Valley. Let's go around here. Ends up not being too bad of a guess, just too far northeast. Ends up being Parma. So pretty good seed to start so far, 15.2. 4 streak, and this I think is Brazil. Where in Brazil? I thought like eastern coast could be north coast. It's interesting. I just got a Microsoft friend request come up. I don't know how to disable those, but it didn't actually pop up on the screen, so that's cool. I got it on my screen over here, but maybe only because I'm showing the window. That's possible. Brazil, just the asphalt coloring plus we can see faint yellow middle lines and this roof with the white going on. I think it's definitely Brazil for that reason. Can we see any Portuguese? Nothing clear. Oh, this pole. Yeah, this pole, kind of a waffle pole going on, white paint on the bottom. Definitely will see that in Brazil quite often. Now, I've been trying to get better at Brazil. However, that being said, I am not good at Brazil. Not good. This is kind of a real fat pole. Maybe not super, super fat. I know they have really fat ones in like Pernambuco, which is kind of like the vibe I'm getting anyway. So I might just send that. I think. I could see it being really far south as well. Usually the north is going to be more poor and the south will be more rich. And the buildings seem to be in pretty good shape. So it makes it tough. But all these white buildings and walls going on with this style of roofing definitely feels coastal, but we don't really have any palm trees. For that reason, I could definitely see south as well. I'm going to just go where I sent it, though. And we end up being fairly close by Brazil standards-ish. I don't know. I got to be better in Brazil. In this little town here, Piri, in the state of Piauí. Would have been tough for me, but not a bad start. 18.6 on AI Gen with a Russia round and a Brazil round. Could have been worse, but we also did get ESWA and Ecuador, which are small countries, but tough to get. What is this? We have car meta here. It's a white car with an antenna. What is this? I can tell you I don't know the car right away. I would guess maybe right side drive. Is this? I think it's probably Nigeria. So so this is going to be, maybe I just have never noticed this car. But when you have like the roof rack like this with the caution on it, you will generally see that from what I've seen around the Abuja area. Although Africa and especially Nigeria, I'm kind of like not good at right now because a lot of the metas and things have changed with new coverage. These are Nigerian plates though, white with green. Big Nigerian plate. We have a follow police car, which is Nigeria. I know the black car has been to Enugu. Usually in Enugu, though, I feel like you'll see in Enugu, it'll be like darker red soil. And I don't really know about this one. It feels kind of dry, and there's a lot of coverage in the north now. Let's try Lafia. I don't really know on this. We're going to find out. End up being closer to Akure, in the town of Owo. Yeah, I'm not very good at Nigeria right now. Usually, I felt like I was pretty good between guessing the main cities with coverage, which was Lagos, Ibadan, Benin City, Enugu, and Abuja. You did see as well, but in order of likelihood, it probably went like Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan, all three of those very close, and then like Benin City, Enugu. But now, I mean, you see all these different random cities way more often, including Kano up here. So I'm just not that good at it. But we are on a 6th street to start out. This one we could be tested. But we do have a sign on the left. I would say we're driving left for that reason. We do have language right here. Looks to me like it could be something you would see in Southeast Asia. And like just kind of like this landscape, it's like water flooded, looks pretty flat. I just think Java, Indonesia. I think these are roofs that you would see in Java as well. They look very nice. I think I would go Indonesia here. Let's see if anything behind us would change. Would love to see a flag, but on AI Gen, you're unlikely to get some of those things. But we are left side drive. That plate, I see being Indonesia. I think we'll go Java here. I think it's going to be pretty close to Jakarta as well. I see a lot of like flooded water around here, like especially this little cool place. I've seen that on Google Maps before. Looks very awesome, but it's not quite that. I think we will just go Jakarta area though. Ends up being South Kalimantan. Wow. Another country I'm not very good at. Trying to get a little bit better. I know some more polls now, like Nusa and Sumatra and East and West Java and Central Java, but a lot of the rest I'm still not so good at. But we're going with a pretty good streak here. First thought was Belgium. Looks like we might have a little bit of red tint on this plate with a slight EU blue strip. Was a Peugeot, something like that. It's a French car. We have holes in the pole, which you will see, I think, in Belgium. Red tint. I just like Belgium a lot here. And the architecture, very bricky. Yeah, I mean, Belgium looks way more likely. Red, yeah, I mean, you can see it clearly there in the sun. Red tint. We have these signs. I don't know that those are specific to Belgium. I know Vienna, Austria will use some blue signs on buildings and houses as well for numbers. But yeah, with all this brickwork and the plate, I think it's pretty easy Belgium here. I would be surprised to see it be anywhere else. Let's go Leuven. I go there a lot. Ends up not being too bad of a guess. We were in Charleroi. Pronunciation of French words will not be my strong suit. This should be Sweden. Short dashes on the road lines. Very northern feel. Gen 4 camera used to be not in Finland, but it is now. I think this is Gen 4. It looks very like crisp, vibrant, overexposed in a way. But northern trees, dash road lines, should be Sweden. And whenever I see a landscape like this sign as well, yellow sign with a full red circle outline, Sweden. Whenever I see a landscape like this, I think very north. We do have the country code for Sweden too, .se. So everything about this is Sweden. But I think north. I always think north here. So let's just pick, any road. That'll work. And it ends up being pretty close. 29 miles away in northern Sweden. This is tough. This is way tougher. I think these are poplar trees. You see them in the Mediterranean a lot, but I've seen them elsewhere also. I thought Italy. It's like rural Italy. We got some big mountains or ridges with the poplar trees, rural road, some like stones going on. I don't know. NMPZ, I would send Italy. Let's look around. And I hope I'm not just getting stuck on Italy. And I just can't think of anything else. Where's the sun? I mean, it looks like it wants me to think it's in the north. You can't always trust it on AA Gen. Where would I go if this were in the south? like a weird South Africa or Eswatini even, but I don't really feel that's super likely. Man, I mean, it feels the sun definitely looks north. I don't know. See, this is why Geoguessr gets real hard for a player who's not so good. I mean, I'm sure this weird stone-looking guardrail would be information to somebody. Don't think that's a bollard. Can't really tell. I don't know. If this is just like an easy South Africa, I'm going to be upset. I just don't know if I've ever seen anything like this down there. I mean, I guess I see it a little bit. I think I'm just going to go Italy anyway, though. I don't know. This is tough. We have signs there, but we can't really tell driving direction. These trees just feel way more north to me than you'd see in South Africa, but I'm not, an arborist. I'm not an expert, arborist, whatever. Not an expert. I'm just going to go Italy. Into being Turkey. I mean, that makes sense with the poplar trees. For sure. Mediterranean. Definitely seen them in Turkey, too. I just don't think there was enough here to get me to Turkey. Now, we didn't have an antenna, which is the case in Turkey a lot. I didn't really consider car meta. Will you see an antenna in Italy a lot? I know you can for sure, but I don't know how often. I don't think I could have got to Turkey on this one. Maybe the guardrail was helpful. I really don't even know Turkish poles. Never really have had to learn them. I get it, but that was tough. That was tough for me. So the country streak is ended, but I think we did still have a really good score comparable to our first one. About 19K there. Trying to get that streak back up. First thought was Italy again. And I kind of thought for some odd reason South Korea. But that's an odd 50-50. We have a stop sign. Let's turn around. Okay, so we have this angle. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I'm missing out on? No, I don't know. Okay. We do have a short antenna. Meta is important. It's a part of the game at this point. You can turn it off, but it's a part of the game. Help you narrow it down. Most of this is still landscape guessing, but the car can be helpful. Am I missing anything particularly obvious? I think I am going to go Italy. I see Spain. This to me feels Spanish, this building. But I am going to go Italy again. Probably around the same spot. Ends up being Greece. Another round that makes sense. But would have been a tough one for me to get. Oh, man. I don't even know if I have a guess for you guys on this one. Dirt road. It's bumpy. This looks like a carcass. I think those are like ribs or something. Well, where would I even go here, NMPZ? I don't know. I'll pick something so I sound stupid when we actually find out what it is. If I had to pick a place, I wanted to say Hungary, but like this tree, I don't see it. I don't know. Let's turn around. Is it just like somewhere in Africa? Let's see what this animal is. I mean, I don't know. This is not Animal Guesser. I'm not really sure. Am I missing something like clear? What would this be? I want some of these trees to look more African to me because I kind of want to go somewhere in Africa. I think I'm going to end up going Kenya. I don't know. This is a crazy round to me. Ends up being just Russia. That's Caucasus, really. Okay. I thought Russia at first, but I'm like, I don't know where in Russia it would even look like this. And if you were to tell me this is Russia, I still don't go anywhere close to the Caucasus, especially not Dagestan. I probably would have gone like weird east before super south. Fall coverage makes sense with that, though. Tough round. This should be Botswana or a very weird Peru. I think it's Botswana, though. This landscape is very very I don't want to say particular of Botswana, but you'll see something like this in Botswana pretty regularly. It's not atypical. Pretty typical, in fact. And I've heard that like fall cover meta can be in the east, but I don't think that's true here. I really think it's like this road or close to it. I mean, it's fairly east-west, maybe more northeast, maybe slightly northeast, which is kind of what this road is, to be honest. Or maybe it's here, kind of curves up here, like sharply to the east. I mean, not saying it's this, but that kind of fits. There is a road that runs adjacent. Definitely don't think we can see that if we're here. I don't know. This could really be anywhere, but that's where I'm going to guess. End up being 175 miles away. It was more up here. And yeah, that road definitely matches better, but rural Botswana, we did okay. This should be Turkey, right? We have these road lines all white. This bollard, I mean, we can't see the front of it, but it definitely has red on it. And we have a white and red chevron. Turkish bollard. I like Turkey here quite a bit. Very red dirt. Red soil Turkey. I mean, it surely is Turkey. Some of these buildings are freaking me out. Like, in a way, I want to go super extreme. But I think I'm just going to go... like, I don't know. This is kind of a tough one. Red dirt. I kind of want to go over here a little bit, but I think that's less likely. Yeah, we end up being pretty close. The thing that pushed me away from the shore is it gets kind of tropical around here. So, opted more for the middle. Not a terrible guess. Okay. These kind of like intricate roads make me think Turkey. The rest I don't really love for Turkey. Like, what's going on here? Definitely seems European, but I could see it not being Europe. Oh, no. Okay. White car. Oh, man. What is this? There's a part of me that is like, is this ever South Africa? I don't think so. But it's weird. AI Gen is a weird map. The road makes me think South Africa. With this white line like this. Man, I'm really at a loss here. I'm going to have to go South Africa. I don't know what this is. It's going to be a learning round. It'll be a round for learning. Let's see, Newcastle. Bang, it is South Africa. It was way more south, which I should have gone closer to the Cape, to be honest. Tough round. I wish I could help you out more. Just white line and white car made me think South Africa. Given the landscape, though, I probably should have pushed it more towards the Cape. Hindsight's 2020. 15K, including a big throw on Russia. Could have been worse. I really would like to get a 10 streak, which isn't even that impressive. This should be... I thought Mongolia. It's Mongolia or Russia. Those are your two options here. Wood fences. Kind of like weird village. I guess I could see. I mean, I really can't see Ukraine, but I'm going to mention it anyway. It's surely Mongolia or Russia. No EU plate. I mean, we got some interesting polls with these hooks going on. Is it ever a weird Baltic, like rural Lithuania or Latvia? Oh no, weird sneeze. Ah man. Okay, forget about those. A lot of bollards. I see bollard spam. I'm gonna go Russia. I'm gonna go near Mongolia though. I think it's like a pocket like this. I think it's near Mongolia. I almost want to go like down in here. Send it. Boom. And to being close to Yakutsk. Okay, that makes sense. I haven't seen enough coverage there to be really confident about guessing there, but at least we got the eastern vibe down. First thought was Mexico or Guatemala. Single yellow middle line. Feels kind of like this area to me. So I do like Mexico or Guatemala. Guat will have Google car meta, which we do not have here. We have Mexican bollards, which are these. You see similar looking ones in Thailand, right? Is this ever Thailand? The pole don't fit. So I think it's Mexico, and I might just plonk right where we have it, to be honest. Okay, yeah, they were not quite Mexican bollards, huh? That was a miss. That was a miss. We were in West Nusa. You will see yellow middle line in Indonesia sometimes. I didn't even consider it. The dryness makes sense. We did not have Nusa poles, though. To be fair, we also did not have Mexican poles. The Mexican bollards look similar when you look at like these ones. This, I should have known, not Mexico. Mexico has similar ones, but they don't look quite like that. And no Nusa poles is also tough, but no Mexican poles. Damn. Okay. Unfortunate miss. We are in North America, I would say. Plates to me, I thought initially Washington, but I think they're actually going to be BC plates. We do have an antenna, which is interesting. I think it's British Columbia, Canada. Looks like BC. 2 something double something. That might not even be right. We're going to go Canada. We are going to go somewhere in here. Do I go near Banff? We could. Is this ever Ghost River? No idea. Mountains. I mean, I could see that being the answer. I mean, this is 5 cable. Parking lot, water west. We just have to know exactly what we're looking at, which I don't. I'm just going to pick one. Show me a parking lot. Boom. It's not quite it. We end up being near Glacier National Park. To Medicine Lake ends up being the U.S. I mean, we're close, but Montana plates maybe. I bet people travel. This is something people would travel to. Glacier National Park. The antenna threw me off. Honestly, it's where you become a slave to the meta and you screw up. This looked like an Indo pole right away. Let's see what else we have here. Driving left. Let's see here. Central Java. I'm not really sure on this. Thailand. Oh my god, dude. Stop using similar polls to other countries. I swear. Oh, this is just a Thai poll just staring at me in the face. I got way too caught up with the poll top because we couldn't see like the usual holes there. It's been a rough seed. I think I've missed 3 in a row. Let's get back on track here. First thought, weird Taiwan. I might do sub 10K on this. This is going to be really bad. This, man, looks like a Thai pole. This top looks Sri Lanka to me with like the flying saucer aspect. I do see Sri Lanka here. I'm going to... I don't know. Oh, why am I going to throw this? I don't think I can go Sri. I'm gonna go. Man, I really want to go Sri Lanka with that conductor. I'm gonna go Thailand. Yeah, I'm gonna go Thailand. Please don't be Sri Lanka. Please, please, please. Thank God. All right, we don't sub 10K it. That was a rough seed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, okay, so we were close but wrong in the country. Right on the country but not close because Russia's huge. The Mexico-Indonesia screw-up was massive. And then the Indonesia-Thailand. Okay. Kind of a tough bunch of rounds there. We bounce back. AI Gen's tough. I'm not that good. We get better. All right. We got Spanish. Heck of an angle. I think Colombia. Painted trees, but like... We have cylindrical poles. This kind of paint makes me think Colombia. We do have these little tuk-tuks. I think you can see those in northern Colombia. Car is weird. Yellow plate, Colombia. Is it ever... a weird Colombian island? I don't think so. I'm just going to go Colombia. We have ridges to the east. That makes sense for this area. Maybe it's something like that. Peru. Peru makes sense with the tuk-tuks for sure. Man. Getting exposed out here. Okay. Canada or the US? This pole top, I should know. I don't know. I've definitely seen it before. Northern looking trees. New England-ish looking house to me. What is this? I'm going to go Maine. I think it could be Canada. I like New Brunswick-ish. I like Quebec. I'm going to go Maine. Ends up being Nova Scotia. I mean, yeah, makes sense. Nova Scotia, okay. This is kind of a fun shot. Splash zone action going on. Damn, that looks sweet. Where is it, though, is a different question. White car. Cambodia. That's what I think. Given this landscape, Cambodia. Hills over here, bang. Palawan, Philippines. Ah, I never see Palawan. I didn't think about that one enough. I kind of just sent. I'm spiraling right now. All right. Short antenna. This landscape. Kind of a distinct looking landscape. I don't know it though. Turkey? I know you were less likely to see antenna there, but it does happen. That house. Is it ever like a weird Sicily? I'm gonna go Turkey. I'm gonna go Turkey. Okay. I think I clicked the fucking 5K, dude. Oh my gosh. Devastating. Devastating. What is this? Dude, I'm gonna cry. I mean, it looks like Scandinavia to me. Gen 2 coverage. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. We got this lone tree sticking out. I'm also thinking about Scotland. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I'm going to go Scotland. Send me up here. If it's Finland, oh gosh. I I need to bounce back. I keep second guessing myself and it's not working out well at all. Bounce back seed. Thought Turkey. Thought of Turkey, maybe Albania even. I like Turkey. I like West Turkey. I don't know what's going on there. We got water to our east. It's a big looking lake to the east. It's a huge lake. Okay. Let's get into Turkey. Is it this? Maybe. Let's try it. Okay, it wasn't actually a lake. It was just more land. However, it is Turkey and not Greece, and it could have been Greece easily. We got Turkey right. Okay. We're back. One streak. Why did I think Bhutan? I think it is, though. Let's people guess. That's never a good idea, but I do feel a little bit more confident. This car, this architecture, this kind of like grass away from the road. This is Bhutan every day of the week. Send me downtown, capital, Thimphu. Boom. 3.1 miles away. We're back. We're back. Okay. I think it's Canada. We do have front plates. We have Bill and Brad Dreesen. They're a family. Sitka Place. 604 area code, I don't know. Front plate here. No front plate there. Certainly looks like BC or like maybe near Calgary. I would have a really tough time not going Canada here. Single yellow line. This landscape. I'm going to go BC. BC, I know, requires front plates. How north do we go is a good question. We're going to find out. I'm going to go Kamloops. Ends up being Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada. Not terrible. Not terrible. We're back. All right. We have dashed lines. They're long, but we have bollards. The bollards, to me, you see these in Austria, Slovenia, Serbia. Dashed lines, though, I don't know when you would get those in Austria. I think I'm in between Slovenia and Serbia. Yellow signs, I know you can get in Slovenia. I like Slovenia. I like Slovenia a lot. Kind of like a bit of a valley here, so maybe a little bit more southeast. Is it ever Serbia? Maybe. We'll find out. It's Slovenia. Wow, way more east. Okay. But that is still Slovenia. Not bad, not terrible. And then 5 at 5 should be Lesotho, I believe, with this landscape and this road line. Could be South Africa, too. In fact, probably more likely to be South Africa. I turned here. We do also have Gen 2, which you're not going to see in Lesotho or Eswatini. But it's just too much land, really, like looking out to the distance to be Lesotho, I think. And I don't think the mountains fit quite as much as I thought they would when we turned. But similar road lines. But yeah, we'll be South Africa. I don't actually think we're too far from Eswatini and Lesotho. I think maybe somewhere in this range is not a bad guess. Could be underneath, too. Let's go there. We were closer the first time. 22-4, though. Not bad. Some pretty good guesses in there. That's how we bounce back. All right, let's do one more as a result. 40 minutes in. Nice long video for you guys, even though I don't have one on the main channel. Looked like Luxembourgian bollards with yellow plates, hopefully. Yellow plate there. Should be Luxembourg. Should be Luxembourg, yeah. These bollards here, this one's like yellow, but maybe it's because it's on like a driveway or a corner. Yellow plates, Luxembourg all day. Don't know how to region guess Luxembourg. Maybe some people do. It's pretty small. So we'll just go there, get 49.32. This should be Lesotho. Left side drive, or it's a weird turn, so maybe they just put it there. The only other thing I possibly see is like a weird Peru or Chile, but it's not. It's Lesotho, yellow outside line, this landscape, no trees. This especially, send me Lesotho all day. White car. This would have to be a crazy Peru, but we're going downtown, middle of Lesotho, bang, 28 miles away, close to another 4,900. I like this. Okay. Spanish. Got the Enye. Cylindrical poles. I don't know. If there are any electrical counters, I don't see them. I don't think that's what this is. I guess it could be. I'm not really sure what those are. You get electrical counters in Mexico a lot. I don't know. We're going to keep looking around. Get some blue on the plate, maybe. I like this to be Bolivia, I think. I think Bolivia does have some blue plate action going on. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go Bolivia here. We seem like we're in a major city. I mean, we got a stadium. I can't read it. But I like Bolivia. We would have yellow plates in Colombia. I don't think it's Mexico. So our options maybe are Ecuador. Ecuador, I think, uses slightly longer plates than you see in like Mexico and US, but they seem pretty standard. I think that's true. I'm going to go Bolivia. Cochabamba. Give it to me. Boom. La Paz. I should have just gotten La Paz. That makes sense. We could have been on a crazy score here. I'm going to be really upset if we crush these next two. Yellow middle lines make me think Brazil. Like that. Double. Could be Peru. Could be Ecuador. We have what appears to be Spanish and not Portuguese. So I don't love Brazil quite as much. Again, looks a lot more like Spanish. This car, Brazil, Mexico, Ecuador, Colombia. Got the Colombian cross on the back of the sign. Should be Colombia. Should be Colombia. And the AI gen part of it, I would assume, is no yellow plates, so you wouldn't think Colombia. I think that's what's going on. I think we have to go Colombia. I mean, let's just go near to Medellin. I kind of think it's like Cali. Let's go south then. Ecuador. Colombian cross in Ecuador, huh? That's fun. It's not quite the Colombian sign that you see. I think I just saw that and convinced myself it was Colombia. Which I don't blame myself for doing. But with the plates, I guess that makes more sense. It wasn't just bait, it was just true. Should be France. I mean, this is French all day. These road lines, I mean, this is one of the easier rounds we've had. Blue sticker on the pole, France. And the cone pole top. Very, very French. Now, where in France is this? Don't know how to region guess France, really at all. Click middle. Usually do okay. Get 21-6. Oh, unfortunate to miss the country streak, but that's going to be the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Sicily screw up, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.